Hi, I'm Vincent, and in this video, I want to show you how you can find open profiles on LinkedIn. So you will see what is an open profile, how to find leads who are open profile, and finally, how to send free InMails in bulk to these people who are open profile. Let's start. All right, so the first thing I want to show you is what is an open profile. And basically, if we check this, the open profile premium feature allows anyone on LinkedIn to contact a premium member for free, even if they are not in the sender's network. So if we go back on LinkedIn, here you see that I'm not connected to Emily because she is in my third degree connections. But if I click here on message, you will see that I can send a message to Emily for free without sending a connection request. And why? It's because she is an open profile. So here you see that if I want to send her a message, I just need to write a subject, and then here I can write my message. Now that you know what is an open profile, I want to show you another example. So this one. And now if I want to send a message to Cathy, so I click on more, then I click on message Cathy, and here I'm redirected to LinkedIn Sales Navigator, and this time it will use one of my InMails credits. So basically here I can't send a free message to Cathy and I need to use my InMail credits. So in this case, if you don't want to spend your InMails credits, you go back on the LinkedIn profile and you send a connection request. So what's interesting when you reach out to people who are open profile is that you don't send a connection request, and it's always good to do that because you know that you can't send more than 20 to 25 connection requests per day. So by sending InMails to people who are open profile, you save your connection requests, and at the end of the day, you just reach out to more leads. Okay, so now that you know what is an open profile, I want to show you how you can identify them by using LinkedIn Sales Navigator and GiveMeLeads. So if I go back on LinkedIn, you see here that we have no way to know if someone is an open profile or not. So if you want to know if someone is an open profile, you have to go here and click on message. And here, if you have this free message, it means that this profile is an open profile. But of course, I guess that what you want to do is to identify these people who are open profiles in bulk. So if you want to do that, you need to go here on LinkedIn Sales Navigator. So on this page, what would be nice to have is a filter like, okay, I want to target people who are open profile. But unfortunately, we don't have this filter, and that's why you need to use a tool like GiveMeLeads to have this information if someone is an open profile or not. So if you want to export your leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can try for free GiveMeLeads. So for that, you just need to click the first link in the description, then you click on Start for free and you install the Chrome extension, and then you will have a button like this one, Extract Leads. So once you are happy with your search and you want to export them, you just need to click on this button, Extract Leads. Then you will be redirected to your GiveMeLeads account. Here you can give the number of people you want to export. So let's say just for this tutorial, 100. And then we click on Export Leads. And you will see that our export is currently running. And now we just need to wait a few seconds. All right, so the export is done. And now if I click here on download CSV, I will get my list of leads. So you see that we have a list of 100 leads. Perfect. And on top, we have all the information we need, like the first name, last name, LinkedIn URL. We have the verified emails of our leads, the job title, location, and so on. And here you see that we have a column called is open. So when it's true, it means that the lead is an open profile and that you can send an email for free. So if I scroll, you see true, 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 and here we have people who are not open profile. So what we can do is to filter these people. So here we only have people who are open profile, and at the bottom of my file, you see that we have people who are not open profile. And what's very interesting is that from a list of 100 leads, 56 of them are open profile, so you can reach out to these people without sending a connection request. All right, so at this point, you know how to identify people who are open profiles after a LinkedIn Sales Navigator export. And now what I want to show you is how you can send free InMails to these leads to save your connection request. And so for that, we need to go back on my computer. So what I've just done is to separate people who are open profile to people who are not open profile. So here you see that I have people who are open profile. So here is open true. And I have, you see, 66 people. And here I have people who are not open profile. So you see is open false. And now the next step is to import these people into a LinkedIn outreach tool, but you want a tool that allows you to send InMails and not connection requests. So if you want to do that, I recommend you BotDog. So it's a LinkedIn outreach tool. And if you want to try this tool for free and get some extra free credits, you have a link in the description. And then once you are connected to BotDog, what I want to do is to create 2 campaigns. So one for people who are open profile and one for people who are not open profile. So for that, I go here in campaigns, then I click here on create a campaign. And now we need to import leads. So for that, I click here on CSV upload. And here upload contacts. And now I need to select my CSV file where I have open profiles. Then we click on next step. And now what we need to do is to map the column headers that we have in our list of leads with the BotDog variables. For example, first name with first name, last name with last name, and a LinkedIn URL like this. Then we click on next step. And finally, we click on import data. And now you see that we've successfully imported our leads. Then we need to build our sequence. So for that, we need to click on explore all available sequences. And here we click on available to you. And you see here that we have a lot of choice. For example, we can send an invitation, but for people who are open profile, we don't want to do that because we want to send an email. So what I want to do is to select this. So send an email. And then I click on next. So the sequence is very easy. I visit the LinkedIn profile, then I wait 2 hours, and then I send an email. And here what's interesting is that we have a note. So craft your email message with care. You have limited credits. And actually, it's not true because I target people who are open profile. So it means that I will send free emails. And finally, all you need to do is to write your subject and then your message. Then, once you've launched your campaign for people who are open profile, what you need to do is to create a new campaign for people who are not open profile. So if you want to do that, it's the same process. We click on create campaign, CSV upload, upload contact, we map the columns, and then we import our leads. And these people are not open profile. So I click on import data. And now this time I need to send a connection request. So I can use, for example, this template. So send an invitation plus 2 messages. So then all you need to do is to write your messages and then you launch your campaign. So with this process of creating 2 campaigns, one for people who are open profile and one for people who are not open profile, you can basically reach out to more people. And at the end of the day, you will book more meetings with your ideal customers. So if you want to easily export your leads from LinkedIn Sales Navigator and get all the informations of your leads, for example, you know if someone is an open profile or not, you can try for free GiveMeLeads, and for that you have a link in the description. Now, if you want to see a complete beginner-friendly tutorial on how to use LinkedIn Sales Navigator to find your best leads, you can click somewhere on the screen. It was Vincent. I wish you a nice day and I see you in the next video. Bye-bye.